This is ABC7 News at 5. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilkes.
And I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks for being with us tonight. Topping our news, the state rests its case in the trial of Punta Gorda police chief who faces culpable negligence charges in the shooting death of a 73-year-old woman during a citizen's training exercise.
It is now the defense's turn to pick apart the case the prosecution has built against the police chief. ABC7's Christopher Brantley has more on today's testimony.
Good evening. On Wednesday, the defense asked the judge to acquit Chief Tom Lewis, but the judge denied that request, preferring to leave the judgment up to the jury instead. Gene Sims is a firearm instructor with 38 years of experience. Among the things he said, a live firearm should never have been used during the training scenario.
It is a dangerous item and it should never be pointed at people.
Sims was brought in to help investigate the shooting of August 9th last year. Officer Lee Cole was participating in a shoot-don't-shoot training scenario. As we know now, his firearm was loaded with real bullets rather than blanks.
Can you tell what kind of ammunition that is?
Yes, ma'am.
Sims described the blank bullet as a bronze color. The real bullet used, a wad cutter, is a silver color.
By looking there again at the open end of the casing, I can see a lead projectile.
The prosecution argued if Chief Tom Lewis had assigned a safety officer, they would have seen a bronze bullet, and that, according to the prosecution, should have raised an alarm.
Who did he designate checking Lee Cole's firearm to?
I do not know.
Could you ever make a conclusion after reading all of the command staff statements?
No.
Later in the day, the investigator from the Florida Department of Law Enforcement also testified. The jury was able to hear an audio recording of Chief Lewis taken only shortly after the shooting. In that audio recording, Chief Lewis said he was involved with organizing the event, but wasn't sure if anyone checked Officer Lee Cole's firearm prior to the scenario beginning. Sims will be back on the stand on Thursday to continue answering questions. We still do not know if Chief Lewis will take the stand in his own defense. In Punta Gorda, Christopher Brantley, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Christopher, thank you. New developments tonight involving a Palmetto woman arrested in connection with her mother's death. Today, Kayla Collier entered a plea of no contest and was sentenced to 5 months jail time already served. Collier was charged with accessory to murder, grand theft, and tampering with evidence after her mother's remains were found last year. Investigators say Collier's boyfriend, Roy Nichols Jr., admitted he killed Tricia Freeman during a struggle. Nichols is charged with second-degree murder, and as part of this deal, Collier must testify against Nichols. A date for Nichols' trial has not yet been set.
Tonight, the Sarasota Police Department is investigating its third shooting in just the past week. The most recent shooting happened around 10:30 last night on 33rd Street near Goodrich Avenue and Osprey Avenue. Police say the victims were walking along 33rd when a Mercury sedan drove toward them and fired shots. One man was shot in the foot. He was taken to Sarasota Memorial Hospital. Police used K-9 officers to try and track down a suspect, but no arrests have been made. Police are now trying to find out if this shooting is related to those two other recent shootings. In the same area, a shooting occurred at 32nd Street and US 301 last week, followed by another shooting on Sunday at 31st Street and Goodrich Avenue. Police have not yet said if they're aware of a motive on these shootings.
Some exciting news for hardworking teachers, staff, and students on the Suncoast. The Florida Department of Education releasing the 2016-17 school grades today. The Manatee County School District received an overall grade of B. That's up from a C. And for the first time since 2009, there are no F schools in the district. 81% of all Manatee schools either received an A, B, or C grade. In a statement, Superintendent Dr. Diana Green says, quote, "This is a win for the entire community, but we still have work to do." As for Sarasota County, the school district once again earned an A grade overall and is one of only 2 districts in the state to have earned an A every year since 2004. If you'd like to see all the grades for individual schools, you can go to our website, mysuncoast.com.
Very exciting. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Great work.
And now for a check on our forecast, which was very hot. We're going to head over to Bob.
That's right, and showers are starting to develop. That's the big story. Obviously, we talked about it yesterday. Most of the action has been well inland as of late, but now we're starting to get coastal showers. And Tower Cam now showing the ominous-looking clouds moving overhead in downtown Sarasota. You got to look at that right there as we look out over Sarasota Bay. Some outflow from those storms that were around I-75 from Clark to University now, sending off a little miniature fronts, if you will, and those are causing this interesting cloud formation as we will watch that continue on a westerly course. Now, the showers will continue to pop up here and there throughout the evening. Let's get a look at what's happening on the radar picture. You can see that rain now. It's rather heavy at one point right there along I-75. Some intense lightning strikes near Bee Ridge and I-75. Now, that lightning has seemed to move on. That means that this storm is weakening, obviously, but it is creating other showers down the road, and it will do so. There's one there right near the airport and University in 41, and nothing going on near the coast. Those are the clouds that we're seeing coming out of that storm, though, right there. The East Coast breeze is also moving across the state, so we'll see that collide later on tonight, and it'll give us a little bit better chance to see some more storms late night, say 9, 10 o'clock. We'll have a chance, about a 40% chance for some more weather headed our way as that starts to move in our general direction. So we're looking for better chances for rainfall as we head into the big holiday weekend. We'll talk more about that coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. The Florida Supreme Court is now hearing arguments involving a dispute between a prosecutor and Governor Rick Scott over the death penalty. State Attorney Aramis Ayala is asking the court to block the governor from assigning her Orlando area murder cases to a neighboring prosecutor. Governor Scott stripped Ayala of the cases after she stated she would not seek the death penalty against Markeith Lloyd or any other death case. Scott said he reassigned the cases because Ayala is not following Florida law, but she argues he doesn't have the right to take the cases from her because she's independently elected.
The law is very clear here that there's nothing that requires it to be a case-by-case decision, that there's nothing in the law that requires her to seek the death penalty, and that a close examination of the law as it stands is going to find as we argued here.
Justices have not given a time frame for when they will make their ruling.
Now to Washington and the latest on the Republican health care bill. After Senate Republicans announced they would not hold a vote on the bill this week, the administration is trying to get wayward Republicans back on track. ABC's Lana Zach shows us what's happening now in Washington.
Chanting, "Kill the bill, don't kill me," protesters stormed Senate offices.
Don't kill me, kill the bill.
As Republicans retool the Senate health care bill,
health care is working along very well. We could have a big surprise with a great health care package.
The president maintains Republicans will get their plan passed.
We'll see what happens. We're working very hard. We've given ourselves a little bit more time to make it perfect.
The Republican leadership had insisted that they would pass the bill this week, but then reversed course after an increasing number of Republican defectors put that vote in jeopardy. Now Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says they will make edits to their plan and hope to have a new draft by the end of the week and hold a vote after the July 4th recess.
We'll continue working so we can bring legislation to the floor for debate and ultimately a vote. We know that we cannot afford to delay on this issue.
McConnell also warning his members that they will need to come together as Republicans for passage or else be forced to negotiate with Democrats. But that, however, may be difficult.
The level of popular support is not going to change one bit with a tweak that wins over this senator or that.
According to a new Marist poll, the Senate bill is supported by just 17% of Americans. And even among Republican faithful, support for this version of repeal and replace still lags at just 35%.
These poll numbers are going to be a challenge to Republicans as they retool this bill. A plurality of Americans say that they would like to see Obamacare expanded and fixed rather than pulled back. Lana Zach, ABC News, Washington.
After nearly a year of being closed, a popular Sarasota street will reopen next month. City officials say Osprey Avenue will open in the next few weeks. City closed it in last July for workers to dig under the road to connect the current lift station to a new one. Drivers have had to avoid Osprey between Mound and Hillview. The new lift station will be built in nearby Lukewood Park. That project is still several years delayed, tens of millions of dollars over budget, and still not scheduled to be done for at least another 3 years. But the good news again is that Osprey Avenue will open sometime in July. And remember, you can find out about important road closures and crashes instantly on your phone. All you have to do is download our My Suncoast app. You'll get traffic alerts, important news, updates, weather forecast, and much more, all delivered directly to your phone.
Manatee County is Florida's first platinum certified green government. Florida Green Building Coalition presented the certificate to the county for its green initiatives. The initiatives include the county's energy efficient downtown chiller plant, the countywide transition to single stream recycling, and community events such as Manatee Library's Teen Recycled Fashion Show. That show featured young fashion designers and models showing off their creations using recycled materials. Did a really good job.
They're all in, and
Yes,
it's working.
It's working. Fantastic.
Still to come tonight in your Suncoast News, after massive cyber attacks hit U.S. companies, the 3 simple steps you can follow to protect your computer.
And ABC7 Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your full weather forecast, plus the type of food believed to be helping with arthritis pain. That's coming up in Health Smart.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
There will be a big roar offshore this holiday weekend. I'm Stephanie Roberts on Suncoast View. If you have the need for speed, get ready for excitement. We'll preview the Suncoast Grand Prix boat races. The kids from West Coast Black Theater Summer Musical Camp will perform for us. Plus, we'll have tips to keep your AC running well through our summer heat. And Brick's Barbecue joins us in the kitchen.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
Fresh out of the box, the Alfa Romeo won us over. We went in skeptical and left in awe of this gorgeous machine. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong, a place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures start here.
It does things that seem impossible. Feeling like it could change direction while airborne. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
A cybersecurity researcher may have discovered a way to stop the ransomware that has been infecting computers across the world.
An American researcher discovered what he describes to ABC News as a temporary immunization to inoculate computers from a fast-moving virus that freezes files and demands a ransom payment to unlock them.
Sometimes if you pay, you get your data back. Sometimes they just take your money and move on.
The virus, believed to have originated in Ukraine, is aimed at a vulnerability in Windows operating systems. After another cyber attack in June, Microsoft has offered a security patch, but many companies and individuals neglected to install it. To protect your computer from ransomware attacks, experts say keep the security on your computer up to date, back up your data, and never open attachments from people you do not know.
Children and adults with special needs got to enjoy a day out on the water at the annual event that is really the heart of this week's Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Festival. The friendliest catch fishing tourney on Sarasota Bay brings together local fishing charter captains who take children and adults out for a morning on the water to catch some fish. Suncoast Charities for Children host the event at the Sarasota Outboard Club. Organizers say it's a favorite event of both participants and the captains.
They're a special needs group. We invite them from the different communities. Some are in wheelchairs, some, they're just physically challenged. They have their daily obstacles that they overcome, and it's a big day for them out here.
It's just great to get out and all the kids to get out in the sun, and we so appreciate the captains for volunteering their time, but it's just a great way for everybody to get out and interact with one another and enjoy the water and enjoy the sunshine and catch some fish.
Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Festival continues into this weekend with several events coming up, including a block party in downtown Sarasota Friday night. And then racing is set for Saturday and Sunday right off Lido Beach. So a lot of fun still to come. But today's event, I know it's a favorite of everyone's that takes part in it.
Yeah, it's a real special event, and not only that, Marine Motors gave away rods and reels to all the kids too, which is really nice. They get a nice lunch, a nice lunch there, nice gifts, and they get awards. It's really a good day, and the weather was fairly nice. It was a little bit toasty, but fairly nice out there, and hopefully they caught a lot of fish. Van Wezel webcam showing the nice day out in Sarasota Bay, and that's where a lot of them do their fishing right there. And some hot spots as of late. The Van Wezel webcam is showing hardly any clouds around this afternoon, but there are some showers that have been popping up here and there. And some thunderstorms, too. You can see those clouds coming in from the east to the west now. So we're getting back into this pattern where we're starting to see the showers and storms firing up. The Titan radar picture showing the activity. We have an east coast breeze that's still in the central part of the state, and that's rather active down near Fort Myers. This is going to run into the west coast sea breeze later on this evening. So I would not be surprised to see some more showers and storms developing through the evening hours. Right now, things are pretty quiet near Inglewood, Minnesota Beach, even Venice looking pretty good right now. Siesta Key, some clouds on the increase. Those storms that were around are going to generate some other showers down the road here. Now, again, the light rain near Bayshore Gardens, one lightning strike right there, so be careful. Even though the heavy rain seems to be over, these storms can still generate lightning. And you can see near Lakewood Ranch a little bit of light rain south of the town center there, but not much rain going on at north of that region. Now, the rainfall was pretty heavy at times, up to about an inch of rain fell in just 3 short hours right there near Clark Road and Bee Ridge Road and I-75, and also lesser amounts, but still some from I-75 southward near Venetian down to near Port Charlotte. Now, it's 83 degrees, so the rain cooled air has moved in a little bit. The dew point 72, that hasn't changed much. Winds are out of the east-southeast at 6, and the pressure is still fairly high, 30.01 inches at this time. Temperatures across the state into the 80s now, 83 in Jacksonville, Orlando, a couple degrees warmer, and a couple degrees warmer still in Miami and Key West. The water temperature, 88 degrees, so even the sea breeze doesn't cool things off all that much. 88 in Inglewood now. Same in Arcadia, 91 though, Wauchula, and Bradenton, you're at 87, Cortez at 86 degrees. Well, the forecast for Thursday calling for partly cloudy skies in the morning. We'll see sunshine, a lot of sunshine at the beaches. And then showers and storms breaking out in the late afternoon and evening. They'll be scattered. Not everyone's going to get them, but we'll see a typical summer pattern continue now for the upcoming days, right through the holiday weekend and beyond. So we'll be dodging showers and storms, looks like right through July 4th. And with that sea breeze developing each and every day, we'll see that collision take place into central portions of our viewing area and then push off toward the west each and every afternoon. So get used to it. Lightning, showers, and storms. There's the east coast breeze, the west coast breeze developing. The two shall meet in the middle. The storms will get more intense and then eventually work their way off toward the coast in the late evening and then die out after midnight. Typically that's the case. That's going to be played out again, I think, throughout the weekend and beyond. Now, as far as the rest of the temperatures go, we're looking at very warm weather over the deep south and in the southwest United States, but not as bad as it has been. 79 in Chicago. Current temperature in Detroit, 77, and it's 87 degrees in Denver. national satellite and radar imagery not showing much going on across most of the U.S. For boaters tomorrow and for the rest of the week, winds out of the southeast at around 5 to 10 knots. Seas will be generally 2 feet or less and a light chop out there. The water temperature, a warm 88 degrees. UV index will be high to 10. And the forecast looks like this. For tides upcoming, low tide at 12:09 and a high at 6:30. Another low tide at 11:50 tomorrow morning. Partly cloudy, some scattered evening storms, 76 for low tomorrow. Mainly afternoon showers and storms scattered about. Should be a nice day, warm, 91. The extended forecast does call for typical summer-like weather here in Florida with a chance for showers and storms each and every afternoon. Back to you.
Okay, Bob, thank you. Suncoast Traffic Watch right now. Drivers are seeing some congestion on I-75. This is near Bee Ridge and Fruitville Road exits, especially as you head north, but you can also see it a little slow going south there as well, but it does clear up past Bee Ridge. Haley?
Thank you, Scott. In Health News tonight, riding your bike to work can help start your day with less stress, and the benefit may have lasting effects through the evening and afternoon. The study published in the International Journal of Workplace Health Management had people rate their stress levels commuting by bike, car, and public transportation. Biking came in with the lowest stress score. Previous research has shown that people's early morning stress level can be a strong predictor of how the rest of their day turns out. Here's the catch. This study was conducted in Montreal, where it's not only much cooler than the Suncoast, but also one of the world's most bike-friendly cities. Eating seafood may help ease the aches and pains of rheumatoid arthritis. According to a new study in Arthritis Care and Research, people with RA who ate fish at least twice a week reported less joint swelling and tenderness than those who rarely or never did. And the findings suggest the more fish they ate, the less active their disease. Researchers looked specifically at salmon, sardines, and other fish prepared raw, broiled, steamed, or baked. They did not consider fried fish, shellfish, or seafood in mixed dishes, since those tend to have fewer omega-3 fatty acids, which is a fat with anti-inflammatory properties. Fire continues to burn through miles of forest, putting hundreds of homes at risk. And the things people buy just always surprises you. This product that has people asking, really? That's next.
Drive into Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota and discover big savings during the Drive and Discover event. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of Ram trucks. Get maximum cargo space and more comfort with a new Ram Quad Cab for as low as $24,999. Or get more legroom and maximum comfort with a new Ram Crew Cab and save up to $10,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline. If you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death, you must call now.
Call 800-747-0618. 800-747-0618.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
A wildfire burning through a dense Arizona forest is forcing hundreds of people from their homes. That fire near the small city of Prescott was fanned by 35-mile-an-hour winds and has charred more than 28 square miles so far. Now, more than 500 firefighters are battling the blaze that has forced the evacuation of the town of Mayer, along with several other mountain communities. Nearly 4 years ago to the day, 19 members of the Prescott-based firefighting crew died in a devastating wildfire. Emergency crews used night vision equipment to rescue 2 hikers and a dog that were trapped in the Sierra Mountains. Authorities say the 2 men in their 60s were on a trail when their dog, Buster, got spooked and ran off. Well, when they finally found the lost pup, he couldn't stand on his hind legs. So they carried Buster for 2.5 hours. As it started to get dark, the pair got lost, so they stopped to build a fire and then called 911 while they still had cell service. Authorities say they did the right thing. The men are fine, and their dog Buster is expected to make a full recovery.
A new art display is turning one of the world's most iconic buildings into a living work of art. The Sydney Opera House is now displaying indigenous art every night at sunset. The light show lasts about 7 minutes. The display is meant to highlight Australia's rich history and vibrant First Nations culture. The nightly show features works from 5 famous First Nations artists. So how much money would you pay for a paper clip? Add the name Prada to it and will sell for $185. At least that's what Barney's is selling this sterling silver paper clip shaped money clip for. So it's not exactly just a paper clip. You use it to, keep your money together. But still, this is the equivalent of buying more than 13,000 regular paper clips from Office Depot. The fashion find is blowing up on social media, and as you might expect, most people are not impressed. This is actually not the worst thing I've seen in some of these outrageously priced. This, because I've seen some money, I think it's just the design of it that's kind of throwing people off, because that's not a terrible price for a money clip, I guess, if it's sterling silver.
I get, but you wouldn't want, if you own one of those, you wouldn't want people to think it's just a paper clip.
Right. See, that's the thing.
You'd have to say, well, it is a Prada.
And explaining that, some of these things are getting, but it's better than those jeans that had the plastic kneecap things. So, we've seen worse than these. Yeah. Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, the city of Northport makes preparations for a special new project for children with special needs.
And how you can submit your idea on the plan.
Suncoast drivers can now fill up their gas tank for less than $2 per gallon. Coming up, I'll tell you where you can find the cheapest gas prices as you head out this holiday weekend.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
Get ready for the most hair-raising event of the summer. Belt Entertainment and the Ringling Museum present international circus superstar Bello Knott in Incredibello, a gravity-defying, laughter-inducing, super stunt performance live at the historic Oslo Theater. Don't miss out on the must-see event of the summer, Incredibello, playing June 13th through July 29th. For tickets, visit ringling.org today.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
This Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Minute is brought to you by Sarasota Ford.
This year's Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix will feature 2 full days of racing off Lido Beach on July 1st and 2nd. Meet race teams up close during the Boats on Main downtown block party on Friday, June 30th. Don't miss the Grand Prix Fan Fest on July 1st and 2nd, where you can see race boats launch and watch the races live from under a large tent. There will be music, food, fan zones, and vendors. VIP race day viewing tickets are available at SarasotaPowerboatGrandPrix.org.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.